Hey, what's up DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're working on a Blix Vika Plus bike, and unfortunately, the headlight wiring that feeds from the headlight all the way back to the battery broke. We're going to show you how to fix it. Let's get started. DIYers, here we are at the Craftsman workstation. On the left-hand side, you can see the Blix Vika Plus bike. This is my dad's. It's the green version. And we've been busy rebuilding a boat engine, as you can see there. However, again, we're going to replace the cable that feeds from the little electrical box down there all the way up to the front headlight. And step number one, take a lot of photos to ensure that you put everything back together the exact same way it is before you start taking things apart. Coming to our workbench, we have our replacement cable. It is 56 inches long, and we have our very valuable and needed for this project toolkit bag. I've now repositioned the bike, and after you take a bunch of photos, go ahead and remove your battery to ensure that no electrical power is being fed to the bike itself. To the opposite side, let's take a look at the broken cable. As you see here, and the other part is right there. You can see some electrical wiring, and that cable feeds inside your fender to the under portion and comes back up and connects to your headlight. And coming back to this braided portion or braided protector that secures all the cables, we have tie straps, and we are going to cut those. And tool wise, nothing fancy, just some wire cutters, and be very careful. Again, only cut the tie strap. And we've got a second one, third one, and the fourth one is right down inside there. 4 tie straps are cut and removed, and again, very important to take a lot of photos. We have a cable coming out directly below the hinge or separation point where you fold the bike, and that feeds upstream, as you can see. In addition, you have a fuse portion right here that is not wrapped inside that braided protector. So what we'll start doing is unwrapping this braided protector all the way up to where the cable broke. And coming inside here, just be patient. Do not rush this. Do not break or harm anything in the process of unwinding this braided protector. And once you get it started, hopefully the hard part's over. It'll just go really quickly and efficiently. Again, just by unwrapping it, as you can see. And I'm trying to give you a good view of this. And right here, I've got about 8 inches of braided protector off. So when it comes time to reposition this protector back on the cables, we want to make sure we have about 8 inches left over at the point where this cable feeds out and up. And I changed camera angles to give you a better view of it. Again, do not be discouraged or intimidated by this braided coiled line or protector. It comes off very easily. Making progress. I have removed the protector all the way up to the breaking point, as you can see, and there's the opposite end. And we're going to direct our attention to this portion of the cable. It feeds all the way in and meets up with this larger cable here. Here's my broken cable, and feeds inside that hole right there. But we are going to leave it as is right now. We are going to direct our attention to this little cover plate, and we are going to remove all 4 of those Allen screws. From here, you want to be extremely careful as you shift this out of the little compartment here, because on the inner side is the connection point for the cable that feeds the power to the headlight. And again, be very careful. And as you can see right here, I'll give you a better view of it. To a close-up, again, you've got several connection points, several wires. You've got some red and black, and then feed into a connection, feed out green and yellow. Here's additional red and black, feeds into a connection with black and white, and then right here is the wiring and connection point that our headlight cable secures into. And to remove this, all you have to do is carefully push down on this tab, and as you can see, it raises the hook or securing tab, and you can carefully shift that connection point out. Do not pull it by the wires, pull it by the plastic fitting. I'm doing my best to give you a good view of this. Again, push down on that back portion of the fitting as you pull the connection point apart. Very easy. From here, you can begin carefully pulling that cable out of this compartment. To a different view of this inner portion of the compartment, I have pulled the cable up to a point where it meets flush with the rubber boot, and you can carefully just shift the larger cable down to give that connection point more room to be pulled out. here it is. What we'll do next is go grab the brand new cable and connect it to the connection point and feed it through that hole and upstream before we move on to removing the portion that's in the fender. DIYers, here it is, brand new cable. Again, 56 inches long. With the new cable in hand, what I'll do is grab the opposite end where it has the red and black wiring and connection points that feed into the headlight. I will feed those through this hole and begin pulling this entire cable upstream. And go slow. Do not apply too much pressure on the cable itself. If it's stuck, carefully realign the larger cable or shift it in a way that will allow you to pull this cable through that rubber grommet much easier. And we are now to the connection point, and I will carefully reconnect this into the connection point. Make sure you align it properly and push in until it clicks. And that locking tab is secured to a point where the two fittings are locked together. We are now going to carefully shift everything back up into this compartment. And DIYers, be very careful. Again, do not harm any additional parts or wiring as you work through this project. That would not be good. Next, before we put the cover plate back on, that little rubber grommet came out of its slot as I was pulling that cable out, so I just carefully realigned it and secured it back into the cutout that it's supposed to go into. Next, carefully install the plate. Do not cross thread this as you screw this in. These Allen screws should go in extremely efficiently. And a quick recap of where we are right now. Again, we are fed into the electrical box. The opposite end fitting is secured. And we are left with the remaining brand new cable as shown here. It is now time to remove the broken part inside the fender that again connects to the headlight itself. So what we'll do next is remove the tire. Now to the opposite side of the tire, you have this locking lever, and carefully pull this out. And from here, grab the black plastic nut on the opposite end and unscrew this by turning it counterclockwise. And you do not need to unscrew to a point where these pieces fall out, just to a point where you can pull your tire off. From here, I will carefully lift up on the frame and pull the tire away, carefully rest it down on the fork. I've now rested the bike on its side because again, I'm trying to give you the best camera angles possible during this project. And coming up top here again is the broken portion of the cable that feeds inside the fender. And same as the hole going into the electrical compartment is a little rubber piece. And after that, you have little aluminum connection tabs, and be very careful with these. Do not break those. You can maybe just pull the cable through, as shown here. And you've got two additional aluminum tabs here. And what I'll do now is come to the bottom portion of the headlight. I'm using this little Allen key. I'm going to loosen this up so I can position the headlight in a way where I can carefully remove the connections. There we go. Headlight shifted down to the back side. I'm going to remove the connection point. The black wire goes on the left side if you're sitting on the bike. The red wire goes on the right side. And from there, I can carefully push this through, as shown here. Next, I'll just pull that cable out. At this point, I'll go back to the brand new cable. I will grab the red and black wires and I will feed them through the rubber grommet on top of the fender ever so carefully without damaging the wiring. And I will slowly pull this through. Next, I will carefully realign the cable inside the aluminum tabs and apply a little friendly pressure to press the two aluminum tabs back in place to not allow this cable to hang or become loose or it rubs on the tire. That would not be good. And before I re-secure in these tabs, I'm going to carefully shift the black and red wire through the rubber grommet and up. At this point, pull the tabs down and out just slightly to allow me to feed that cable into those tabs. And some friendly pressure to realign those tabs as shown here. Two different camera angle, I am now going to secure the black wire and red wire connections to the headlight. Again, if you're sitting on the bike, the black wire will be on the left side, the red wire will be on the right side. I'll do the red wire first, and second, the black wire. And you may need to push your wiring back down below to the underside of the fender so you're not bound up at the connection point. Now to a close-up of the wire connections, and I may feed this back down a bit to relieve any stress on the connection point. Now it's time to reinstall the tire. As I shift this in place, I want to ensure that the brake rotor itself goes inside the caliper. And both left and right portion of the fork is aligned properly and secured to the tire itself. And on this side, you can see that plastic nut I was talking about. Next, carefully turn the opposite side lever clockwise and tighten your wheel in place. I now have the tire re-secured to the fork. From here, I'm just going to spin the tire to ensure there are no unique or annoying sounds that are not supposed to be there. And all looks good. We will continue our project to a different camera angle. And before I re-secure all the cables back together with this protector or guard, I re-secured the battery, turned it on because I want to test the light. And it is now working again, which is awesome. I'll turn that off. I'll turn it back on one more time. Turn it back off. From here, I'll disconnect the battery. Now it's time to re-secure all the cables together with this guard, and I'm going to give myself a lot more slack than previous to alleviate this cable from snapping again. So I pull it up flush with the bar here, and I'll pinch that in place as I grab downstream of the cable. And from here, again, I've got that slack. I will now begin re-wrapping all the cables with the guard. And this will take a few minutes. Just, again, be precise, be patient, do not rush this. It's actually going fairly quickly. And this fuse portion right here does not get wrapped, so we will pull these cables down and go through the inner portion until we are past that little fuse connection portion. Now to the bottom side, I am now going to use the guard to wrap all the cables together once again. And again, right about here is where we separate the cable that feeds upstream into the back tire. So we will wrap the guard accordingly. DOR is another break in the action, just to show you where we are in the project. Again, how we are re-secured. Gave myself a little bit more slack from my dad. And the guard is re-secured, and the cable that feeds power to the rear tire made the split right at the hinge point as we showed earlier. Now it's time to re-secure this braided portion of cable to these little connection points with tie straps. Carefully shift the brand new tie straps through the holes and secure that braided protector with all the cable in place. From here, grab your wire cutters and cut the excess portion of the tie strap. And install the remaining 3 tie straps. Now that everything is re-secured, you owe it to yourself to fold the bike up as it is designed to do, to ensure that the amount of slack we left on that cable is enough to alleviate any damage to the cable itself. And that is perfect. DIYers, that is it. We hope the video helped. What we'll do now is call my dad to inform him that not only is his bike fixed, it is ready for pickup. Do us a favor, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. And just a few more things to do with the Mercruiser outdrive before we take it outside and re-secure it to the boat. We've been busy.